9.2 angle relation lesson. I will be able to identify adjacent angles, vertical angles, and relate angles formed by parallel lines and a transversal. You're going to need 8 note cards today. Here are the 8 note cards: adjacent angles, vertical angles, congruent angles, supplementary, complementary, transversal, corresponding angles, and alternative interior angles. Pause this and create your 8 note cards, putting these vocab words on the front of each. The first note card that you're going to need is adjacent angles. So on the back of that, you're going to write the definition. Adjacent angles share a vertex and a side, but no points in their interiors. So mathematically, we're going to write it. Here are 2 adjacent angles. They share the line that has point B on it. So we're going to write that angle AXB and angle BXC are adjacent. Know that this angle symbol right here, or this symbol right here, means angle. So angle AXB and angle BXC are adjacent. The next one, vertical angles. On the back of the vertical angle card, you're going to write the definition. Vertical angles are formed by 2 intersecting lines and are opposite of each other. So vertical angles have the same measure. How we write this mathematically is that we're going to write angle 1 and angle 3 are vertical angles. Angle 2 and angle 4 are vertical angles. That's why in my picture they are the same color. Notice that I didn't write our vertical angles. If the question asks what are the vertical angles, all you have to do is write angle 1 and angle 3, and angle 2 and angle 4. The next note card, congruent angles. Congruent angles are angles that have the same measure. So how we mathematically write this? We need to write an M in front of the angle. And we also have a special symbol, and it looks like this. This means congruent. So if you have a symbol, an equal sign with a swoopy on top, right, that means congruent to. So the measure of angle 1 is congruent to the measure of angle 3. And the measure of angle 2 is congruent to the measure of angle 4. This M equals measure. It means measure. This symbol means angle. And this symbol means congruent. Next note card, supplementary. If the sum of the measures of 2 angles is 180 degrees, the angles are supplementary. Here is my trick for supplementary. Notice that supplementary has an S. I can create an 8 out of this and draw 180. So supplementary equals 180 degrees. Also, a straight line measures 180 degrees. So angle ABC is supplementary to angle CBD. And the measure of angle CBD, we find that by doing 180, because supplementary adds up to 180, minus the angle we know, and that's going to give me my unknown. So 180 minus 20 is going to be 60. So this angle right here measures 60 degrees. And the second example, the angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary. That's why they're the same color. Angle 4 and angle 3 are supplementary. So when it asks for 2 pairs of supplementary angles, you're going to list them. So angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary because they share this line right here, right? This equals 180. Also, this line on this side equals 180. You could also say that 2 and 3 are supplementary and 1 and 4 are supplementary because they share this line. So there are 4 supplementary angles in that picture. So the 4 pairs, angle 1 and angle 4, angle 2 and angle 3, angle 1 and angle 2, and angle 3 and angle 4. The next one is complementary. If the sum of the measure of 2 angles is 90 degrees, the angles are complementary. So these 2 things, here's my trick for complementary. Complementary is a C. I can make a 90 out of that, 90 degrees. So I know that complementary equals 90 degrees. Angles ADB and BDC are complementary because 25 plus 65 equals 90. So the pair of complementary angles is ADB and BDC. These two angles are going to add to equal 90. So let's check. If I have angle ADB equaling 25 and angle BDC equaling 65, is 65 plus 25 90? And it is. So that's how I know that they're complementary. Your next note card is transversal. On the back of it, a line that intersects two other lines in different points is a transversal. So in this picture, the only thing that you need to know is that this line right here is the transversal because it's intersecting two lines, right? These two lines are parallel, but a transversal does not have to intersect parallel lines, they just have to intersect two lines. Corresponding angles. A corresponding angle lie on the same side of transversal and is corresponding or in the same position. So how we do this is angle 1, and I'm going to look at the same side as this transversal and where it lays in the same spot. So 1 and 5 are in the same spot. Angle 4 and 8. Angles 2 and 6. So notice that these are all in the same spot, angles 3 and 7, and they are on the same side as the transversal, or the line that's going through the middle. So this is angle 7. Last note card, alternate interior angle. 9.2 angle relationship. 6 examples, adjacent, interior. 1 and 2 and 8